Mine broke. Okay, people, welcome back to another Fwoosh review. Today we're taking a quick look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Stan Lee. We've been waiting for this one for a little while, haven't we? I mean, Hasbro Well, okay, wait. There was a San Diego exclusive in the Marvel Legends line. San Diego... It was a few years ago, but... I don't have that one, so I was waiting for Hasbro to put out one. And there was some leaked pictures of a Build-A-Figure Stan Lee coming with some 2-packs. We saw it with a Black Panther 2-pack, and then nothing was officially announced. It never actually happened. So we were left to wonder, and then finally they came along, announced it as its own single release. Target had an exclusive pre-order window for a little bit, but then online retailers, everyone else got their pre-orders up. And I got mine from, of course, Dorkside Toys. Looking at the package, it's kind of what we saw with the, well, here, I have one. I forgot all about it. With the Marvel Legends 80-year packaging. In fact, it's exactly the same, except Stan gets a fancy silver border. Big wide open window, a print of Stan Lee's signature. Marvel, Stan Lee, warning, don't put it in your mouth. On the side, oh, that's kind of nifty. Excelsior! On the back, a pretty promotional picture of Stan Lee representing his look from the Avengers movie. Well, I'm sitting here trying to remember it, and there's a movie Avengers poster right there. And they also list it in the tiny little bio. Some more warnings in many a language. Attention. On the other side, Excelsior again. On the top, just the background look. On the bottom, legalese, barcode. But let's get this open and see how Stan Lee stacks up with the rest of our Marvel Legends. I understand regulations and such, but man, we get warnings on the package, we get warnings in the package, we get inserts with warnings and legalese and so many languages. Then the back is that burst scene we saw with a bunch of packages last year. I like this thing. I don't know. It adds a little bit of pizzazz, a little bit of, hey, I want to put this in the background on my display or in some pictures. Ooh, and out of the package, one, I'm glad to finally have a Stan Lee in hand. One that I really, really like. And two, man, this was worth the wait. Now, before we get too deep into it, there is reuse here. The legs from the waist down, including the belt, go all the way back to Coulson. Same wrinkles, same sculpt, same seam line, even the same shoes. But the shirt underneath, without the tie and the unbuttoned collar, just hanging loose, I think that was introduced with what was it? An Amazon MCU Bruce Banner? But we also got it with the San Diego set Netflix Iron Fist. But then I believe this is an all brand new jacket, maybe? I don't recognize it from anywhere. Or maybe I missed the figure that this originally came on, but I dig the look. It seems like just a light windbreaker type jacket. It's got very nice wrinkles on the back like it's hanging down. And at first I thought, oh, they reused the arms, but different wrinkles there too. And plus it comes down to an elastic band wrist. So a completely different look all around there. It's much more casual, which... It's Stan Lee, so it should be. But it's all blended seamlessly together. It doesn't look like, oh, this is a 10-year-old sculpt on top of a 5-year-old sculpt with some new sculpt on top of that. It looks all like one figure. It doesn't look like a mishmash of Frankenstein. Nice silver to the belt right here. Glossy black for the belt itself. Just a gray plastic color for the pants. Same for the shoes, except for, well, in black. A bluish color for the jacket and a tannish beige for the shirt. But they did come in and paint the buttons, which I really, really appreciate. At first I thought they didn't even paint the buttons on Iron Fist, but then I realized those are probably white buttons on a white shirt. This color shirt, it makes sense to have that color buttons, and it stands out nicely. It's a little extra mile that I appreciate. But oh man, then there is the head sculpt. The wait for this was long and hard, and I had looked at a bunch of custom heads on eBay. I thought about ordering one here and there, but I thought, nope. I'm gonna wait. Hasbro's gonna give us one eventually, and then when they showed it, I was happy that I waited. The hair is a separate piece like they've been doing lately, and it's white with either a gray wash or it's gray with a white dry brush. Either way, it looks nice. Kind of the same thing brought in on the mustache. I do believe there is photo real here, but the glasses do cover it up, but I don't even care because they did such a great job with the glasses. You can see the eyes behind the translucency of the glasses. The gold color pops. It's just, it's so well done. That's on top of the face sculpt that just nails the look. He's happy-go-lucky. He's smiling. This is Stan Lee. What can I say? I'm looking at the overall figure and trying to come up with some gripes, but I don't know, just looking at it. Oh, wait. Yeah. There's the Coulson feet. I don't know if it's the placement of the D10s or the lack of range forward, but you do have to lean the figure forward a little bit or it likes to just fall backwards. That may be because the feet are a little bit forward from the leg, maybe, I don't know. But it really doesn't help that there's not a lot of forward hinge on the feet. Because then you could stand them straight up and maybe just kick them a little bit, but... All right, Stan, thank you very much. It's always been the same with Coulson and then any other figure that uses this body. You just have to find that sweet spot. Like that. Going over articulation, there is a ball at the top of the neck with a hinge under that. Stan can look up to the sky or down at the desk, typing away, writing the next story. Notice the room up in the skull, that gives you tilt. And then, of course, swivel. Hinges swivel at the shoulder, goes all the way around, and then hinges up past 90. Swivel at the bicep, and now that I look at that, it does kind of look like this has been added on. The shoulder's new, or at least different from the other bodies that I have. It has kind of a gap right there. Not a biggie though. Let's just chalk it up to baggy sleeves. Double elbow comes all the way up. Swivel at the wrist, hinge below. Torso has a hinged ab, can kick forward, arc back, swivel at the waist. Ball coming out to the hip, can come forward, back, out, about as far as you can expect an old man to kick. Swivel at the thigh. Slight sheen difference between the lower leg and the upper leg. Double knee, boom! Even in his 80s and 90s, he can kick his own ass. Hinge at the angle, like I already talked about. Goes back, not bad. Forward, not so much. And then forward facing pin for rocker. For accessories, Stan comes with this folded up chessboard. They did paint these 2 gold details on the side where you lock and unlock the board, but they didn't paint the actual chessboard. It would have been cool to see darker squares, you know, alternating. Hell, go with the brown that they used on the buttons here. Same paint, just different application. What do I know about budgeting action figures? And then there's Captain America's shield. I think this is our usual MCU shield. Has the straps on the back, one bigger, one smaller. And then Stan's signature on top of a very nice candy looking red, blue, and silver. Now I understand some of the gripes people have with Stan Lee coming with a Captain America shield. It wasn't one of his created characters, but I can see Hasbro's quandary here. They wanted to work in Stan Lee's signature somewhere on the figure or accessory, and what better than Captain America's shield? Thor's hammer wouldn't fit it. The ultimate nullifier wouldn't fit it. Can't put it on Spidey's web. So they went with something iconically Marvel just to fit the signature on there. Again, I get the gripes, but at the same time, it looks too good. And at first looking at it, I thought, oh no, they put it sideways, but if you slip this on, it's actually in the perfect position. Stan Lee. Yeah, I just came up with that. Size-wise, Stan stands at exactly 6 inches tall. Coulson after all these years. Here he is with the Marvel Legends MCU Coulson and Suited Fury. So Stan obviously fits perfectly into your Hasbro MCU shelf. But he has no problem on your comic shelf either. Little big when it comes to the SH Figuarts MCU figures though. I'm looking for Tony Stank. And then here's the... And then here's the Marvel Legends Avengers Endgame Captain America. Perfect. Here's the Marvel Legends comic book style Professor Xavier, showing that, again, Stan Lee fits into your comic shelf because it uses half the same parts. And then here's the Hasbro Classified Series Snake Eyes, just because he hasn't left this area since I opened them. They had a Marvel comic back in the day, though, right? Oh, Stan. Oh, the shield gives him a little bit of front weight so he doesn't fall back as much. Was that all part of the plan, Hasbro? You sly devils. So at the end of the day, what else is there to be said? It's Stan Lee in 1/12 scale form. Beautifully rendered, much needed for the shelf. If you're a Marvel fan, you gonna pass on Stan Lee? Short and sweet, how's that? I don't have a lot to say here. It fits in several different areas. MCU, comic. Of course, that begs the question, are we gonna get more comic creators now? I don't see it happening just because of how prominent Stan was in the MCU, pretty much every movie. So there's a precedent there for that, but I would like a bunch of dudes just standing on the shelf, you know, the comic creators. But for now, Stan Lee is definitely going in the display. So if you enjoyed the review, comment, like, subscribe, or whatever the platform you're watching this on allows. Much love to the plus. Right now, Dorkside Toys is doing a weekly contest, so if you're interested in free toys or just helping out the channel, patreon.com. But wherever you may be watching this, I'll always catch you on the Fwoosh. Enough said.